What's up, guys? You? How's it going? Well, that was really loud. For everyone watching this after the live stream, I'm just going to put this at the beginning. Today, we're going to be taking a look at my poor baby that's been sitting in the garage during the winter, and I'm going to show you guys the steps that I take to make sure my bike is ride ready. And yes, that means the shoulder rehab is going well, although it's not like I'm going to be riding tomorrow. So let's see who we've got here thus far. What's up, everyone? Hey, Philip. What's up, Magnifier? David from Mexico. Yo, Brian in the house. What up? Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for being here. What up? Yo, I'm going to show you guys real quick. I'll show you that I have such a janky setup today. So I don't have a bike stand, and I went through this whole thing yesterday. I went through like a whole process yesterday where I was going to buy a bike stand just for this live stream because it is kind of a pain to work on the bike without a bike stand. But I came up with, I don't know, like we'll see how it goes. But I want to show you guys. I'm gonna give you guys a run around with the setup I've got. So this is gonna be a little shaky here. So I've got Sheila over here, and basically she's like emptied, and then you guys are sitting here on like a double stool, and this power cord, because when you're streaming, I'm streaming from my phone and the battery goes like that, and then okay, so then we've got the tools ready here, and I've got like my bike box right here with all my bike stuff in it. I think I'm gonna need maybe some tire sealant. And then over here I've got my computer, and on the computer I have y'all's comments coming in full screen so that I can hopefully read them a little bit better and be more responsive while I'm working on the bike. Okay, so the bike right now looks like this. I took one of my bike racks off of Sheila, and I've never done this before, but I was like racking my brain how I can go about not having to spend like $100 and something on a bike stand. So I have my bike rack here, and my bike is in it. So front wheels held there. It was a little wobbly, so I had to put cardboard there, and it was a little wobbly right here as well because this doesn't stand. So I put like a couple pavers on each side, and I think it's like okay. We'll see. I was trying to figure out if I could put something like right here underneath and like prop up the back wheel, because working on your drivetrain, you want that back wheel off the ground, you know, like that's a huge deal. But yeah, so take a look at my baby here. I've just been sick of looking at her in the garage, and during the last live stream I saw that she, you know, I like hopped on her and everything felt weird and the tires were totally deflated, and it was just sad. I also need her in good shape for a project I'm working on, a video that I'm working on for you guys. So yeah, she's like, I pumped up the front tire, but she's like pretty dusty. Got a lot of gunk down in the stanchions of both my shocks. And the drivetrain is actually looking pretty good. I was taking a look at that earlier. I love that sound. But again, tires here, and I think that my sealant has been leaking a lot. And I actually did try to pump it up once, and it wouldn't seat. So that might be an issue that we're gonna have to work on. You know, because these are, you guys remember, I got new rims, and I haven't had these for very long. I haven't worked on them very much, and I've only had a number of rides on these carbon rims before. I had a decent amount of rides, I guess. Yeah, I had a decent amount of like Fruita Grand Junction rides. So, yeah. So that's what she's looking like right now. And the plan for today, for everyone that wasn't here a minute ago, the plan for today is take you guys through like a pre-bike check when you have not ridden the bike in a while, and you're getting it ready for riding season. You need to go through like, you know, some pretty basic stuff just to make sure that everything's in shape and ready to ride. because it is springtime and I'm seeing so many riding videos, and I'm so jealous. I was on Pink Bike last night, and that was a mistake because you can't fall asleep after you watch like a rad edit on Pink Bike. Okay, so before I dive into this, I want to talk to you guys a little bit. Get a feel for who all's here. Evan Smith, what's up, man? Stumpy, definitely better. I think. So you guys feel free to ask me anything about my bike. I know I haven't done a bike check, but I've got a pretty good. I'm not gonna say anything about it. I'm gonna do a bike check eventually. I wasn't lying when I said that all those videos ago. What up, Coach? But I have a 30 tooth. I have a 30 tooth chainring, and in a GX group set. That's my, it's definitely a very like value bike. It's the top end aluminum enduro. Yo, what's up, Walt? How you doing, bro? She does need some tender love and care, dude. She's just been sitting here neglected. Feels bad, man. But yeah, it's like I was saying, I have a very budget friendly bike. Well, I don't know. That's up for debate. I got a good deal on it. So this bike actually retails for $4,000, and I got it for half off from the place that I was working when I did. And to me, that's an insane deal. No, I got it for more than half off. It was ridiculous. I think I paid like $1,800, and I sold my previous bike, or I was able to like get rid of some parts on my previous bike. I had actually broken this carbon bike. Holy, I hate this story. I ran my bike into, hey, how'd you do that? How'd you stole your bagel? How'd you highlight that? How'd you highlight when you put the @Singletrack sampler? Cool. I had roof racks on the time, and I had a carbon Cannondale Jekyll, and I was going back from a ride in Atlanta, and I ran that sucker right into a carport. No, I ran it right into a bridge. A bridge. This ridiculous bridge in Atlanta. I was on the way home from like Rope Mill or something like that, and I ran it. There was a covered bridge in this like back road that we took. It was the most ridiculous thing. And I cracked my carbon frame. Like, didn't even stop. There was just this metal thing above the, I don't know. I don't like. There were a few tears shed, and I was on the phone with the mother of one of my students. It was the worst, and I was like, I just had to hang up on her because I was just like cursing and crying, and then I had to call her back and be like, I'm so sorry. This is what just happened. Anyway, bad memories. Yeah. Get classes. What up, Ice Cream Trucker? How you doing? Yo, what's up, Vlad? You made it this time, homie. Yeah, I was trying to time this, guys. I was trying to time this live stream so that it was like on people's lunch breaks, and maybe some people are out of school. I highly doubt it. Vlad, did you have school today, dude? From Israel, what's up? I will be coming back through Atlanta, Shredding Trail. I will. You're in school right now? All right. I respect that. Hopefully, does that mean? I hope that means you've just gotten all your stuff done and are able to tune in for that reason. All right. So, what do you guys think should be the first thing that I check out? What should we work out on the bike first? I vote tires because I just want to get. I want to make sure that I have enough sealant in there, and I want to get them seated and just get everything, get those, because this should be easy. So let's do that first. Derailleur. We'll do the derailleur. I will do the derailleur because I know that it needs some attention. But let's start we'll start easy and ramp up. So let's start with tires. This is cool. I've got a rolly chair too. Okay. So I pumped up the front one. Let me know. I hope you guys can still hear me when I'm back here. Can you guys give me a little sound check real quick? Mic check 1 2 1 2. Can you guys still hear me? Hello. Oh, we're on a lag. I'll give you guys a second. Yeah, so I'm rocking the man bun because it is hot as balls out here. All right, you guys can hear sweet. So this was my front. I put a Maxxis Minion on this recently, right before I crashed. So this Maxxis Minion is like pristine, in good shape. I looked at my back tire, and I think I'm gonna have to get some new meat on that pretty soon because it's looking pretty chewed up, the rubber. Okay, so I'm just gonna start by trying to pump it up. See what happens. That was in the most inconvenient spot possible. I'm gonna, when trying to seat the tire, I always pump it up to like more PSI than I normally would. More PSI than I'm gonna ride. Yo, what's up? I got a super chat. Jason, what's up, homie? The bike stand. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. So like I was saying, I'm gonna pump it up to like 40 PSI, something like that. You're not gonna pump it up to just what you ride at because you want it to make sure it's seated all the way. I feel like it's not going anywhere. Oh, we're moving, we're moving. That's what I call a satisfying seat. I hope you guys could hear that. That actually kind of scared me. Yeah. All right. That was everything. That was all the tire at once. Hell yeah. All right. You guys ever pump up one of your tubeless tires and accidentally unscrew the valve core when you're pulling it off? I've done that. It's not very fun. $5 towards new tires. Yo, thanks, Brian. Thank you, sir. And thanks for being here. Hey, just to let anyone that's in here trying to troll, I respect the troll, but Brian is moderating, so you better watch out. Who else? I feel like I gotta... I want another moderator too. I'm gonna have to think about who I can make another moderator. All right, so that went surprisingly well. I need to check my sealant in the back tire, and I'm gonna do it on the back one because if the back one's good, the front one's gonna be good too, and the back one was really flat. So let's check and make sure all the sealant isn't dried out. All right, I need a tire lever. By the way, I just got back from my physical therapy for the day, and my guy worked me. My left arm is like worthless right now. So this actually might be surprisingly tough. That was like the bike stand hook that goes over the back tire. So I'm gonna this is actually decently stable. I'm gonna jinx myself, and it's gonna fall flat on its face eventually, I'm sure. So that doesn't feel good. When I pushed in my Presto valve, it's like super stiff, and I think that there's some like sealant caught in there or something. I can see sealant dripped all over the rim, so I don't want to take it off right by the valve stent, so I'll try to take it off back here. First thing you do, you want to break the seat. I'm so eloquent when I'm on live stream. You gotta break it off first. Alright, so you can hear it pop off. Oh man. This is actually pretty tough with my right arm right now. Oh, I think I have yeah. Great little tool right here. This is a valve core remover. You stick the Presta end in here, and then you just unscrew it, and you take out the core of a tire, and it'll just let all the air out. You could actually also use this one to, like if you've taken the valve core out, you could use it to put in some emergency sealant as well, which is pretty sweet. Yo, what's up, E Dirty? $5 for a haircut. Or new tires, whatever. I am gonna cut my hair eventually, and I feel like it'd be a pretty darn good episode of a live stream. Big money for a ticket to Italy, dude. Oh, I want to ride the Italian Alps so bad. Whew. Those are like next level goals for the YouTube channels, to get out of the country. First, I want to get in a van and get my bikes protected. Second, I want to chase summer to like South America and go ride Italian Alps. All right, let's do this. I'm just running over my tools over here. All right, so there wasn't much in there. This is all gooked up. That's why it was difficult. It won't focus on that, will it? Anyway, I got the valve core out using this guy. But now the air comes out real easily. Now use the tire lever to get it off. It's a freaking tight tire. And my left, maybe I should do this. There we go. My left arm is just kind of useless at the moment. Oh, uh-oh. It's pulling my rim tape, my rim strip off. It's like stuck to it. Oh no. Ah. If you're wondering why I'm not taking the tire out first, it's because I just want to peek. I just want to peek inside. I don't need to take the whole thing off. I just want to look and see if there's sealant still in there. I might have to get up out of the seat. Okay, so I've got enough off that I can see in. I'm just going to rotate it to the bottom so that the sealant would go down to it. Alright, there's sealant in there. There is, yeah, alright. I'm going to put, there's not enough. There's sealant, but there's not enough. Stan says that you do 2 to 3 cups if you have a plus bike or a fat bike. Yeah, they're tubeless. I don't know about fat bike, but if you have a plus bike or just some like really wide tires, you want to be like more towards the 3 cups of sealant in each tire. But I do like 2.5. Let's see if I can find it. So this is my bike box that I keep everything. I generally keep all my bike related stuff in here, and that just helps my car stay organized while I'm on the road, and not have like, you know, my bike stuff everywhere, because that's what I really care about. When I need it, I need to be able to get it fast. So I've got some old tires in here. I probably should clean this out because this one is just garbage, but I think I thought I was going to use it for a project or something. Yo, what's up, Titani? Have a cold beer on me. Yes, sir, I will. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. After the last live stream, I told the guys I was going to do that because they were, requesting that's what the money, what a super chat goes to, and I'm happy to oblige. So I went down and got a really awesome 6-pack. There's a place in town that you can get a mix and match 6-pack for $10, and you get to pick 6 craft beers, and they have like 3 full shelves of them. This place is awesome. I love it. And anyway, I got 6 really rad beers that I had never had, and that's cool. I like doing that. It's fun. All right, so check this out. I've got this is like a really rad, you like put it through here and put your arms through here, and then you can attach, and I haven't played around with this yet. You can attach GoPro mounts right here and have it like peeking over your shoulder. So I think this might be a thing that I can use. It's from Glide Gear, by the way. These guys whose gimbal I've used in the past, and it's really good right up until when it doesn't work. And it says poor connection. I'm sorry. When I'm outside, guys, the connection goes in and out, so sorry about the quality. But yeah, I think this would be a cool option for hiking, for some cool, really rad hikes. Alright, so I gotta stay on track. We're looking for sealant. Alright, I got my scooper. Aha! I got my derailleur hanger adjustment tool. Best investment ever. And I've got a bag. I've got one specific plastic bag in here that carries all the liquids so that if they blow up, it's not like ridiculous. Only the bold. I've thought about doing that, and once I get back on the bike and like as I'm ramping up and getting stronger, I think that Florida trails would be great to use to do that. So I think that's a really real possibility. Gotta stay hydrated. I never talk this much generally, so gotta make sure I stay hydrated. Yo! Have a new IPA from... Yeah, buddy! What's up, Scott Anderson? What type of van are you looking for? Hey, thank you for that, dude. That's awesome. I will absolutely go have an IPA today. I've been looking at Sprinter vans. Really, I'm looking for a good deal on one, because I can't afford like those tricked out, and I can't afford a new one. I can't afford like a tricked out already one. It's gonna be like a work in progress. I'll get one just bare bones, and then like slowly over the years add to it, and just try to do everything organic, like by myself or with friends, family, like anyone that's willing to help. And but I'm looking at Sprinter vans because those are the ones you can generally get for cheap, or the Ford Transit and the Ram ProMaster are dope. All right, so I'm gonna add one full scoop because there's really, like, probably realistically one in there. Something to note on this, guys, and everyone makes this mistake. A full scoop, if you have a sealant, if you're doing your own, this cup is not, you don't fill it to the top. There's like a little ridge right here. That's the full scoop, not to the top. If you go to the top, you're doing like a fifth too much, actually. You're doing like maybe even like, yeah, you're doing like 20% too much. I'm gonna try to not get this everywhere. Alright, so I got the sealant in, and then immediately I want to spin the gap on the tire to the top. Because now the sealant's safe, it's within a seated tire down to the bottom. And that was good, minimum spillage. I'm going to put this immediately back so I don't have this problem where everything gets a little bit scattered. You gotta have a somewhat tidy workplace. If Scott was watching, Scott was my head mechanic at Absolute Bikes. If he was watching this, he'd flip like this janky setup, because he's like all about the precision and clean workplace so you can get things done. All right, so back in there, back in the bag. I'm gonna put this box, I will probably need again. So I'm just gonna put it over here. All right. Ooh, check that out. Sometimes you find some gems in here. So I got some Troy Lee gloves that are pretty sweet, and I have never used them because my other ones were my Specialized ones. But I lost my Specialized ones. It still remains a mystery. Specialized ones just gone, ghosted in Key West. Alright, I'm going to try to squeeze it back on, but I doubt it'll squeeze back on. Need the tire lever. Dude, I'm so excited for those IPAs. Alright, not so bad. So, by the way, this is a Specialized Butcher grid casing in the back. It's for those tech guys. Like I said, DHF. I think it's a... .5, big old tire in the front. 2.5, and a Specialized Butcher grid casing. Specialized was running like a really cool deal when I was at Absolute Bike, so I couldn't say no. I didn't need it at the time, but now it's on there, and it's like $30, which is insane because tires are stupid expensive. Oh, I just saw. Guys, this is my. What's up, bro? Literally my bro. This is Mackenzie Lee is my little brother, and he's in Germany doing really smart kid stuff in a science lab. He's like working with cellular biology. What's up, man? What time is it your time? He's 6 hours ahead. Thanks, buddy. Don't troll me. I have mods and they'll kick you out, Mackenzie. Alright, so core back in. Now let's see if this one seats as easily. Uh-oh, my toolbox is all over the place. I need to find a better spot for this. Oh, I got an idea. it's off the ground, I can't run over it. Boom. All right, much better. If you were wondering, I was supposed to be a walrus in the thumbnail. Bike mechanic walrus. Is that what the sound they make? All right. Pump. Hey, by the way, at like 40 minutes or so, I'm gonna sit tight and do and answer some questions. Do like a impromptu Q&A. Just take a break. All right, so I hope this is just as easy. Uh-oh. Come on. So it's already spilling out the sides. I hear air coming out the rim. Woo! Yeah. I think we're good. Now we're good. I was like, I think it needs one more. So there's a hissing coming from somewhere. So it's not completely seated. So I'm gonna give it a little spin and make sure I get the sealant everywhere. Turn it a little bit. See if that. Still coming out. Ah, it stopped. So you just gotta get the sealant everywhere. Sometimes it can be especially difficult by the valve stem, and you really want to have the tire off, and you can just make sure you shake it. What you want to do is turn it and put the valve stem on the opposite side and get all the liquid down there, and then quickly turn it back and it'll kind of like splash up in there. We're looking pretty solid. I didn't need to do that. I really wanted to hear the hub. All right, so I'm gonna let a little air out because I put in a 40. And once you have your tire seated, you no longer need to have. It doesn't matter if you take out air because the beads are in where they need to be. All right, so that's good. I feel good about the tires. I feel like they're gonna last a little bit longer. Now I kind of want to clean up some stuff. It's not dirty, but it does have some. It's got some dust, like I said, around the stanchions and in the fork and the shock, and I don't want to push that down into the actual fork and shock. So a lot of people think that when you clean your bike, it has to be like, full on spray, using the bike kit and sud it up. But that's not true, actually. For places like riding in Colorado where it's like dusty and dry, you're better off not doing that, because the more you wash your bike, you're wearing your components, whether you like it or not. Nate, no problem, bro. Don't worry about it. Thanks for being here. So most of the time, using a rag and like some sort of like spray, you can clean off your bike sufficiently, as long as it's not like crazy muddy. Hello from India. What's up, Kartik? Thanks for being here, man. Wait, I saw someone. A beat up bike has more character? I think so too. Mackenzie, stop it. I know how broke you are, homie. Mackenzie's working on like scholarship money only to see you on that pump again. That's my little brother. Don't pay attention. Alright, so I've got this muck off kit. And it comes with this polish, and that's what I'm gonna use. Just some of this bike spray, this polish, to just clean off, like I said, the light layer of dust. Clean it up. Hello, what up from Asheville, Joe? I'm gonna be there hopefully pretty soon, man. Not spraying it directly on the bike. I don't like doing that. I used to be really bad about this. I used to be really bad about keeping my bike nice and tidy and clean. And it's working at Absolute Bikes made me so much better at taking care of it and keeping the parts that are on it good. And I'm really appreciative of that. You know, I can't tell you how many bikes I had to clean, how many rentals, and how many like bike checks I had to do. And I've definitely taken that and applied it to my own bike, and it's done well. Some tight spots down here by the shock. I don't know how good this, I've never used this spray before. We had a different thing at Absolute Bikes, but that's the closest thing that I have to it. And like I said, I just want to wipe down. Woo! So the back, to get in the back of the bike, I generally like to take off the back wheel. Uh-oh, I lost my screen over here. I generally like to take off the back wheel because it makes it so much easier to get in the back triangle, because that's where a lot of the nooks and crannies are. And for anyone with a Yeti, I feel bad for you because that infinity link is such a pain to clean. We'll be getting degreaser on the rotors and pads, ruin it. Yeah, you don't want to get any contaminants on your brake pads or on your brake rotors or your pads. Generally speaking, when it comes to your brakes, you don't even want to be putting your fingers directly on it because you always have oil, and that will contaminate the brake rotor. So try not to do that. Also, if you've been riding, be careful. Don't go touching your rotors right away because you will get burned. There's something zen about cleaning your bike and like getting it perfect, in tip-top shape. Very rewarding, and then you just go ride it again and, you know, do it again. It's like a cycle. I'm gonna move you guys over here a little closer while I'm doing this. Get a little different perspective. Let's see. Boom. How's that? I think that's a little bit better. Okay, so when you're on the stanchions of your fork, you definitely don't want to get anything directly on the stanchions that's like no soap or anything, but you definitely want to floss down in behind it. So I always make sure to run the rag around there. I'm just trying to get anything from around the base of it away. I'm sweating crazily right now. You're only gonna be able to see sweat coming through pretty soon. Brian, how we doing in the chat? Do we got a lot of trolls, or we got a pretty good group here with us? Yes, wax on, wax off, for sure. Dark Man's, that's gonna happen. You can count on that. Dark Man's was asking if me, Brian, and Seth are gonna shred again together, and that's 100% happening. Hopefully pretty soon. Seth's in the middle of his move, so he's been really busy. I don't envy him, because I know what it's like. I've helped a lot of friends and family move, and it's always a pain, but I have found that if you have someone helping you, like each just having someone there helping you, even if they're not like doing a ton, it's just better. It's moralizing. All right, I'm gonna get over here. So like you said, I'm avoiding my brake rotor right now, but I am gonna get like the base of the brake. Just get this like fine layer of dust out of here. Stanchion is looking good. Got something on it right here. I don't know if that's, I hope that's not a scratch. I don't think it is. No. No, not a scratch. Good. I need these working so I can really attack that trail. Yeah, I've got some stuff on both of these actually. I don't know what that is. Some gunk. Alright, that unfortunately is a scratch. So I've got some stuff collected at the top here too, because that's where the O-ring was. Surprise, surprise. My O-rings are at the top. That's how you know you've been shredding. Or that you just have not enough air in your fork. Alright, so honestly, this stuff is not working fantastically. I wouldn't recommend it. I can't remember the stuff we used in the shop. It was like some white liquid. It was really good. Double lettuce wrap? That doesn't sound yummy. Marco just got a gimbal. Which one did you get, man? So around the pedals in the drivetrain, definitely a tough spot to get, but it's important. And it helps to prevent all that stuff getting down in your bolts and bearings. I'm gonna get my rear triangle here. Gotta get down in between. This is where it's really difficult to get because you got so much going on with your linkage. So flossing is really the preferred choice. Ooh, a little wobbly. Ah. All right, so looking pretty good down here. I've got a decent amount of gook down in here, in between my cranks and in the body of the bike. I think I might be able to get it by flossing. Yeah. So I'm just taking like, can you guys even see me? I'm taking like the tip of the rag and just getting it in there. Just the tip, just for a minute. right, that worked well. You don't have to worry with this type of stuff about, you don't have to worry with this stuff like you do the brakes. The brake rotors are really the worry, the problem area when it comes to getting contaminants on there. And yeah, probably the stanchions of your shocks as well, your shock and fork. Woo! Now, the sweat is really going. All right. Yeah, floss it. Get swifty. We got any Rick and Morty fans out here? That episode 1 of 3rd season was amazing. And if you haven't, if you're not a fan, you should go watch it. You will not be disappointed. It's pretty out there. Alright, I think the last thing I need to get is this, my shock here. Gonna get any contaminants from right there. Gonna see where the O-ring was and make sure that's nice and clean. And if for anyone that's wondering, I have a RockShox Monarch Debonair Plus. I don't really know. I don't have much to compare it to. My last bike was a Cannondale, so I had that weird dyad shock, the pull shock on it, and you know, so it's hard to compare those two. It was also a smaller travel. Gotta go around. My dirt jumper bike is back here. It probably, that's really the great thing about these dirt jumpers. They don't require much TLC. It's back here. I don't remember the last time I've cleaned that thing. It stays on the street. It stays on the road, you know. My chain is really good, or my chain is really nice and clean already. I looked at that. Just clean up my my front chain ring here. It's looking alright. I'm not gonna get too crazy with it. Get my derailleur. We'll take a look at the drivetrain next in my rear derailleur, because that's probably something that comes up for a lot of you guys after not riding for a while. And the brakes, but my brakes are already good. I looked at that, and that's really good because I was not about to do a live stream brake bleed. Not in here, at least. I would want to be in like a shop. I guess I could do it. It'd be annoying, but I don't know how well I could document it for you guys, is the thing. Okay. Woo! I need a break. Ah. Back to your home. Coming back to your home over here. Let me see who all's in the chat. Hang out a little bit. Plug the phone back in. All right. Whoa. Oh. What's up, guys? So, tire's good, looking clean. Definitely, it's important. It's important to. She's looking pretty good and shiny. I like that. Oh, I didn't clean the rims. That's why I needed to. All right, hang on one sec. Gotta clean these rims a little bit. If you want to, it's like with cars. If you want a car to look clean, the #1 thing you have to do is clean the tires and make it look shiny. That like always makes a car look clean, even if it's not really that clean. All right, get that sealant off. This sealant is stuck on there. I don't know how I'm gonna get that off. I got people driving by on bikes. I probably look so ridiculous. Like, I'm gonna just open up. Everyone can see me. That's going by. Probably like, who's that guy talking to? Ah! Uh-oh, that was close. The ship almost went down. Whew. Alright, almost done with the cleaning part. Cleaning is definitely like the least fun part. I don't know, it's pretty rewarding to see it nice and pretty afterwards. Get these new carbon rims. Woo! They look so good. You know, I still wasn't used to riding these things yet. I haven't adjusted to riding the carbon rims. I didn't have enough time on them. They still felt weird to me. I couldn't really put my finger on it, why, but it felt kind of like a little bit more malleable. I don't know. I think it had more lateral flexion. Clean hub. Okay. All right, so we'll get into like some mechanical stuff now. But first, I'm gonna come see who's in the chat, hang out. I'll answer questions if you've got them. Questions for me, questions based on what I've done thus far, anything. Anything's free game. I probably shouldn't say that, but whatever. All right. Woo! What's up? What's up, TD Bikes? How you doing, bro? I hope that's cool. I made you mod, man. I didn't even ask you or anything. Thanks, Ford. It is coming together. Alex, take a beer break, dude. I don't have a beer with me. A little early. I'm not gonna say I didn't consider it, but I've got plenty of water because I definitely need it. Who just asked? Tucker. I ride a large frame, dude, but I think I needed a medium. I actually put my bike up for sale on Pink Bike because I was trying to swap, not because I didn't like this bike, but because I felt it was a little big. But yeah, I think a medium. I'm 5'10", so I'm like at that I'm at the worst spot. Oh, ice cream. I wanted to make you mod, but for some reason I can't do. I'm trying to do it on the screen here, and I can't do it. And then I can't. Let's see if I can get out of. There we go. I got you. Thank you. All right, as long as you're cool with it, man. I did think of you, and I tried to, and it didn't work. Do a drop test. A drop test on what? All right. What's the best drink ever? I want to know. It's only 11 here. Oh wow, gotta scroll back down. Yeah, in Tennessee, man, there's plenty of places. I recommend Raccoon Mountain. That's why I recommended Brian to go when he was there, and I think Brian liked it a lot. The best trail up there, they have an enduro on it. It's called Livewire. Definitely check that out, man. I know there's a couple other spots in Chattanooga. I've actually ridden in Nashville before, and I enjoyed the trails in Nashville. There was a really cool BMX track and a pretty cool trail system with some pretty chunky rocks, actually. Stefan, the next bike I'm interested. When it comes to buying bikes, man, I always Leo. I'll get to that. I hear you. I see you. When it comes to buying bike, it's always about price point for me. Price point and like value. Most of the time, I'm not. I can't buy. I'll never be able to buy a bike just straight up off the showroom floor. So generally, when I'm looking at getting a new bike, I'll get a job in the bike industry that I can get a good deal on, and then I'll do what bikes that they have. You know. So I got this bike when I worked at the Nantahala Outdoor Center in North Carolina. They only carried Specialized, so I was choosing between basically this and a stump jumper. So, yo, what's up, Smoky Beard from Scotland? I love, man, this is so cool. We got such a worldwide community here. What do I like better, Trek or Specialized? I don't know. I rode a Trek. What's their bike? Not the Fuel and not the the Remedy. I rode a Trek Remedy 9.9, the shop edition, and that thing was dope. It was very, very efficient. It pedaled really well and it handled really well, but it wasn't as fun as my bike. It wasn't as playful. I definitely noticed that. Back to that question about the beer. That's a tough one. I've been really digging this beer. I talked about it in my last one, in my last live stream. I've been digging this beer called Sweet Baby Jesus. And it's a chocolate peanut butter porter. And I don't even like drink a lot of porters, but this beer is so good. I recently had the New Belgian Imperial IPA, and I liked it. I didn't like their just regular IPA, the new one. I liked the Ranger more than this new series that they've got. But the Imperial IPA was on point. Maybe a little bit of a beer nerd, yes. I like beer. And yes, it's pretty funny that it's Sweet Baby Jesus. If you guys ever see that, try it. It's so freaking good. It's like a dessert. I won't be making it to Seattle Classic, bro. But Brian's going to be there. How's my video quality? Hey, can you guys give me a quick like, tell me how the video quality is? Because, you know, this is outside and I think it goes in and out. Looking good. Thanks, Brian. So, you know, that's pretty fast. That's actually not that much lag. So sweet. So, yo, has anyone been out riding recently? I wanna know a little bit about what everyone else is up to. Has everyone's season like kind of started? Someone messaged me on Facebook today saying that they were going to ride Pisgah, and I just was insanely jealous. Oh, I got a lot of yeses. That's awesome. You guys are actively out riding. That's the best type of community where, you know, you're here with me, but then everyone's going out riding. That's rad. Whoa, so many things coming in so fast about riding. Surrey Hills, are you in Britain? Because I've seen some videos from Surrey Hills. Checked out the trails of Sea Otter, 10 miles today. Oh my gosh, you guys are making me so jealous. Spain, everyone's riding all over. We got a number of Spain people. Sweet. My favorite bike park. My favorite bike park was Steamboat. I haven't been to but two. So I've been to Steamboat and I've been to Crested Butte, and I liked Steamboat more. Steamboat also has some rad local trails. There was this one called NPR that was really freaking cool, especially for just a local trail system. Dab. I don't know. Maybe. Mini dab. Man, from Hungary. What's up, Charlie? How you doing, man? From Brazil. What's up? Did you know I used to play soccer? I know that's stereotypical of me to say that when I see Brazil, but yeah, Steamboat, Colorado, dude. I rode there early last season, and I got to ride it. Part of the reason I liked that downhill was because I got there early in the season, which meant everything was like pristine. And I rode Crested Butte late in the season, which means the brake bumps were just superfluous everywhere, ubiquitous. There was a lot of brake bumps from people improperly riding. I mean, or just being scared. So yeah. And then the worst part is that you get the most brake bumps on black trails, because that's where you get the rider that wants to graduate from blue and is like first trying out black. And that's where you'll get them, you know, because they're like pretty nervous, scared, going on a black for the first time. So if you go to the double black, if you go to like the double black flow trail, which there's not going to be really, but there's flow sections, Those are going to be much nicer later in the season. So, yeah, dude. Of course we're planning. We're always scheming, Andrew. Brian, I've been scheming with both Brian, Seth, and Phil. All the whole gang, whole four horsemen. And once that, yeah, because you know, it's that's like the big advantage I have is actually it's just a really good combination because I'm in my car and I can be anywhere. So like, and everyone knows that you hit me up for a trip. I'm like, all right, I'll be there. Just give me a day for transportation. That's what Seth did in Arkansas, and we were just like, all right, let's do our road trip, tailor it to that through there. And Brian is like a mad good sport. He's always down to travel, and he's like getting it. He's got it dialed. So he just like comes, joins me, hops in the car, and we can go wherever. And then Seth will be set up in Asheville, and we can go visit him. There's gonna be a lot of collaborations. There's gonna be a lot of good fun. We enjoy the collaborations a ton. And from what we see in comments, you guys enjoy the collaborations too. So it's like a total win-win. Yeah, there's a lot of UK guys here. What's up, guys? I think it's a good time of the day for the UK lads. Like everyone's out of work, so shoulder's feeling good, man. I was telling everyone earlier, I just got back from rehab, and like I was setting this up just out of rehab, and the guy absolutely worked me today. Got a lot of progress. We're in like I need to have a lot more stability. My kind of like linear strength is pretty good, but I still can't I can't get my shoulder like back. It's stuff back in there is tough. I need to get more stabilization muscles before I get on the bike or do anything that might lead to me falling. Giant Rain versus YT Capra. I've heard amazing things about the Maestro system on the Giant Rain. That's their suspension system. I think that the Giant Rain is probably. I think both of them, first of all, are probably more a bike than like I personally would need for most trails. So, and that's the same way I feel about my bike. I think my next bike will be a trail bike, not an enduro bike. It'll be like in the 5 inches of travel, but not 6. Just so it's better suited for the majority of the rides, but I can still rip it on a downhill trail, So I've never ridden a Capra, so I couldn't tell you about that. But I do know Brian has a bike review on a Capra that he rented on his channel, BKXC. So check that out, and he seemed to like it. I don't think he was on trails that really got it working to the full extent. But any reason to avoid Yeti? No, Yeti's awesome, dude. And the YT GFC looks pretty dope too. Really for me, guys, it's like I troll Pink Bike just as much as anyone else, and I read all the reviews. But when it comes down to it, I have to get on the bike. That's what's gonna do it. It's all about how I feel personally, because everyone's got different riding styles, and everyone has different budgets, and everyone rides different places. You just gotta get on the bike. That's pure and simple. Yeah, the new Capra is dope, and so is the YT GFC, and so is the Yeti SB5. I'll tell you this: if I was getting a Yeti, bike is looking lush. Yeah, it is. It's got a nice shine to it right now, right? If I was gonna get a Yeti, I would get the SB5, not the 6. Apparently, the kit that everyone at Yeti does is get an SB5 and then slacken out the head angle a little bit by putting on a Fox 36 instead of the stock 34. And then they'll put a Fox Float X on the back instead of the Fox without the reservoir. Apparently that's what Yeti guys, the people that work at Yeti that get it do. So yeah. Chris, time-wise what? When am I going to be able to ride again? I'm hoping next month. I'm hoping in May. So I have to get cleared by my doctor. I have to get cleared by my physical therapist. I took my bike and took it over some bumps. And the other day, I took my bike and I took it over just some like bumps, like tree roots and stuff. And I told my physical therapist, and he gave me a look that told me that he wasn't so stoked about that. So, I'm really, really, really working my hardest to be able to ride in May. It doesn't matter, like even if I'm not riding the most gnarly stuff. Even if I'm riding some Florida trails first before getting in and then like graduating, then I'm cool with that as long as I'm on the bike. What up, JB? How's it going, homie? Just came from my video. Yo, if anyone, sorry if I psyched anyone out putting up the little notice about having a live chat, because I just wanted to, last time there were a lot of comments afterwards, like, man, I missed it. I had no idea it was happening. So I just put this like, yo, what's up, the clan? I put that little video up right before I went into physical therapy using my data and just hit like send. And then I just put my phone down. So freaking working. Yeah, dude. That I was kind of hoping that, because I was hoping to catch people at lunch, you know, looking for something to work or whatever. Christopher, how is it dislocated? Guys, most people know that's a pretty long story, but there's a whole video about it. Go check that out. My editing has been taking a long time. That Grand Canyon video that I did, I probably spent 30 to 40 hours editing it. And that's not even including the time spent capturing the footage, you know, like on the Grand Canyon, filming everything the whole time. And then, okay, then there's the uploading, and I'm not including that. But like, just once the stuff is all on my computer and I put it on, opened a project and started putting it in, I took between 30 and 40, yeah, like looking for music, like I really did. I think I spent 30 hours on that video, no joke. And it sucked because I'm not complaining because I'm still happy with it, but music is really difficult when you're putting it on videos. So I looked really long and hard, just all over SoundCloud and the internet, for a song that matched the tone of that video, and one that was under the Creative Commons copyright license, which means you can put it on a video and still run ads for yourself. But what up, coach? But as soon as I uploaded, so I used Final Cut Pro, I was so happy with this song, and I made the entire video around this song. I uploaded it. I was so excited, and then immediately, once the upload was done, it gave me a notice. It was like exclamation point, copyright infringement. And I was like, oh my gosh. But all that means is that song was under copyright by this music label, and I couldn't monetize my video. They are monetizing my video. They put ads on it, which I don't like because they're in control of my video. But the music was so perfect, and I was so happy with the video itself that it really doesn't bother me. Like, I just want to have a good product, and like that is such a passion project for me because that trip was so special that I just wanted the best video I could possibly make, and I feel like I did. I was really, really happy with it. So I just like, no way I'm changing that. No way. All right, what do you say we get back to? Say we get back to the bike here? I know I'm a stereotype. We're all stereotypes, man. Whatever. Have you ever thought that every single thing that you have ever thought and said come from something else that you've seen or read or heard? Nothing. No, you have no original thoughts. I mean, really, I'm glad you guys enjoyed that road bike. Later, Johansson. All right. Let's get back to this. Let's get back to the bike here, guys. So I want to take a look at the shifting. I'm going to bring you guys in a little bit closer for this. All right. So bring you guys a little bit closer. Might bring you guys down to that's a little bit better. All right. So I might actually have to take it off, the bike off the stand for this. But let's see what we can do in the stand. So I'm gonna pull the drivetrain all the way to the smallest cog. We'll start from there. something kind of feels weird. So before, you know what, if we're gonna do this, let's do it right. Like, before I do any of this stuff, what I really should be doing is checking my derailleur hanger, because if things don't work out, it's probably because of that. So first thing that they always said at Absolute is start there, start with the hanger. So let's do it. Why not? If you're gonna do it right, if you're gonna take the time to do something, do it right, right? I'm gonna grab that tool back out of this box. Alright. If you guys haven't seen Seth's video that we made together in Moab about this tool, definitely go look at that, because this tool will save you so much money when it comes to, if you work on your own derailleur. This tool will save you so much money when you're having shifting problems, because a lot of times that has nothing to do with your derailleur, it's actually your hanger. And this will simply bend your hanger, which is malleable metal, back into place, and you won't have to take your bike in. So first thing you have to do to use this is take off your derailleur. I've got my hex keys. Too big. Still too big. You'd think I know. Just right. All right. Let's pop this off. Oh man, it's kind of stuck. All right. You know what? First, I'm gonna lock this out. Whew. My pens have some gook in them. That's actually a really good thing to work on, or to clean out before your season starts, is clean your pinwheels in your derailleur. But so I've got a clutch. You guys can see this, right? Yeah. I've got a clutch, so I'm gonna pull the clutch out, lock it, so it's easy to move around when I take it off. Hold everything together here. And then I'm gonna take my chain off. I want my tire to be able to move around freely without being attached to the chain. Okay, so next thing I'm gonna do, and this is gonna be a little bit tough without having free movement of my rear wheel, but you take this end and you screw it into where your derailleur was, which is your hanger. All right, so it's on. Now, the basic gist of this, what we're doing, is trying to make sure that there is an even distance between. I'm going to bring you guys even closer so you can see. Okay. So we're checking the gap. So you have this little metal piece right here that moves this way. Trying to get a good angle for y'all. So this moves this way, and you want to make sure you want to get it up against the rim, generally at one measured spot, which should be ideally, there we go, my valve stem. So I've got my valve stem, I'm pushing it, I've got it tapping, so that when I move this, it touches my rim. And really now what I'm doing is just making sure that it's an even distance all the way around the rim by moving it like this. It sounds really good. So it's a little off down here. So I'm gonna raise this a little, and I'm just gonna push in, and it'll bend the derailleur slightly, and see if it's changed it at all. Yeah. So if this was on a stand, I would have been, it would be a lot easier because I can move this wheel around freely. But everything's looking good. I've got an even gap between this piece of metal and my rim all the way around. It's consistent, and that's what you want. You just want a straight, hanger. All right, cool. So I'm just going to take it off, put my derailleur back on. When you're putting your derailleur back on, make sure that you get your B-screw latch on the B-screw. I think I've messed that up a decent amount of times. And what I'm talking about is this piece right here. This thing that comes out needs to be against this little thing that's extending, because that's your B screw, and it needs to be able to move by pushing that. That's your B limit. Throw my chain back on here. Get this in the right position. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty enjoyable working on. Like I said, working at Absolute Bikes actually made me appreciate and enjoy. I used to hate working on my bike, but there's something zen about it, and just knowing what you're gonna do with it later, knowing that it's gonna be like perfectly ready when you need it to be. You know, you want to be able to count on your equipment. I'm kind of iffy about the hex. It's not an Allen, it's a hex screw, and I don't know. I don't really like it because it comes loose on me a lot. Like I've had to stop in the middle. I got something on my beard. It's gonna stay. It's come loose a lot during rides, and it starts rattling, or my shifting is off, and like sometimes it's because my derailleur has come loose, and I think it's because Torx. I don't know why thanks Kirk. I don't know why I've been saying hex. My Torx bolt. Wow. Embarrassing. I hope the guys at Absolute aren't watching. But yeah, it's come loose a decent amount of times, and I've even put Loctite on it, blue Loctite. Still comes loose every now and then. All right, so gonna take this off. And get this back into the smallest ring. And let's just see how it shifts first. See if I actually need to do nachos. No, I wasn't eating nachos today. Let's see how it is at the moment. Because if it ain't broke, you ain't gotta fix it, you know? Definitely hear a rub in my back brake. And no, this is not standard procedure to have to like shift it and then pedal. Wait a second. Is it much easier There's a much easier way to do this. Things are going pretty good. That's exciting. That's the hump that I've gone over, and it feels okay. But I definitely like anything I pull up on, and I feel great. Shifting, super crisp. I need to throw her back in the stand. Get you guys back up, propped up here. All right. So I did, my brakes feel really good. I know for a fact that I had bled my brakes right before I crashed. And because I was having front brake issues with my SRAM guides, but brakes are feeling great still from that bleed. What camera is this? This is on my phone. This is a mobile live stream, and they happen from your phone. Going to service the rear suspension. I am not knowledgeable in suspension servicing. That's something I would really like to do. The guys at Absolute, my head mechanic, my other head mechanic Nate, said there's actually sometimes he says it can be easy, but he's also been working on bikes for like 25 years, so take it with a grain of salt. I wouldn't recommend doing it alone and not knowing what you're doing. It's not worth it. All right, so shifting is actually really good, and that's exciting. If these are the steps that I would take if it wasn't shifting well. First things first, you would want to go through what I just did, which was the derailleur hanger alignment, and then you would need to make sure that your settings are right on your high and low limit, and then you start adjusting your tension on your cable. Those are the steps you take. It always behooves you to start at the beginning to make sure you've done it right the whole way. Yeah. So drivetrain feels good. Drivetrain feels real good, actually. That's awesome. What do you guys think I need to do next? Oh, I know what I need to do. So if a bike comes back in from being ridden, in a shop. There's like some standard things to check over, and so we've done a couple of them. You need to check the drivetrain like we've done. You need to check the rims. Biker, can you believe I don't even have a beer on hand? Well, I did think about it. So wheels, drivetrain, and you need to check the hubs too. So let's check my hubs, make sure that there's no play. And the way you do that is by just giving your wheels a lateral move. So good there. You don't want any play side to side when you're holding it still like that. And we're good there. Okay, so hubs check, brakes check, drivetrain check. Brakes feel really good. They, like I said, I've got good actuation on them. Your rear brake is always going to be a little bit firmer than your front because your rear brake is generally going to be a little bit less firm than your front because you have a lot more cable for your fluid if you have a hydraulic brake to go through, and that leaves a lot more room for air. Your front brake has a very short distance to go from your lever to your front brake. So don't worry if your front brake's a little bit lower, a little bit harder to press than your back. So brakes feel good. I'm gonna check my rotors real quick. Make sure the rotors are feeling pretty good. They don't need to be cleaned. I would only clean my rotors if my bike was making some funky noise. It did kind of sound like the brake was rubbing though. Woo! That was really close. It is rubbing a little bit, so I need to do a quick alignment. Just a really simple one. What I'm going to do is, it's not going to be a bent rotor, I doubt that. But what I'll do is loosen up the mounting bolts and so that your brake can move around. Just the really quick fix. This is like super, super quick. The first thing that you want to try if it's rubbing, if it's like uneven. So loosen up the mounting bolts, and then I'm going to grab my back brake. So it's going to pinch on both sides evenly and hopefully center the brake around the rotor, and then I'm going to tighten it back up while I have it pinched. Oh man, I'm not remembering. Oh yeah, of course I need a 5. Alright, so the brake can move around on the rotor. If you're wondering what I undid, it was this right here. This bolt and this bolt. And that just lets it gives it some lateral movement. I need to keep my phone plugged in or else it'll run out of batteries, guys. Okay, so gonna grab the back brake, hold it, and I can see it move. Grab the brake pad on both sides, and then I'm gonna tighten these evenly. You don't want to tighten one all the way while the other one is all the way loose. You need to do a little bit on one, then move to the other, then move to the other, then move to the other. Keep it evenly spaced. Rookie mistake, dropping tools. All right. Ooh, that's not good. My spokes, nice tension there. Makes a nice twang. So I'm going back and forth, making sure it's even. Getting pretty tight. All right. I know some people have asked, you don't want to touch your brake rotor while you're doing this. I have serviced the bearings. I've been shown. Hey, what's up, man? Dragon Timid, good to have you here, buddy. I didn't see you here until now. I have serviced the bearings, but I was doing it with one of my head mechanics, so I had some help on my rear wheel. It's not that crazy, but one thing is you have to have some special or you want some special friction, like not friction paste, but some special grease to put in there, I think. Greetings from Poland. What up? Come to Canada? Whew, I want to go to Canada so bad. All right, so let's see if this is better, guys. No, that was not better at all. You hear that? All right, so I'm gonna do it by hand this time. So if you can look down, get a vertical eye on your brakes, you can actually just look yourself and make sure you can see through to the ground on each side of the brake pad. So I'm gonna do that real quick. And yeah, if that's Ice Cream Trucker, that's the next step. I'm hoping I don't need to take it off and reset the pistons, but we'll see. So what he's talking about, what Ice Cream Trucker is talking about, is if you've ever taken your brake pads out or taken your wheel out and then grabbed your brake, those are your pistons, the things that force your brake pads forward. Those are the things behind the brake pads that are pushing them forward, and they'll get stuck if you grab that brake without the wheel in there. And sometimes they can get a little sticky and they need to be cleaned, and they're not retreating far enough into the brake caliper, and therefore they're rubbing your brake. That's what I'll have to do if this isn't if I can't fix it here, if I don't have enough space to work with. So I can't really see well, and that's a problem. There we go. All right. Like, I think there's enough space in there total, but I'm kind of having a hard time seeing because it's kind of dark in here. The light is all coming from behind. Oh, there we go. I can see through both sides. All right, solid. So I don't think I'll have to reset the calipers because I've got it at a spot right there for a second where I could see through both. Now I just gotta get it. I gotta get it right before I get it tight. Get it right. Get it right. Get it tight. I think that's a rap song I've heard. Oh no! It was perfect. Stay. Oh, I had it so good, but then I tightened it. Okay. So when I tighten it, it moves, you know, it like pulls it a little bit. I think that might be good. No stand struggles right here. All right, that worked. I think there might be like the slightest of slight rubs. But one thing you can, like, I haven't ridden it in a while, so I'll take it out, drag the brakes a little bit, get a nice rotation around it, wear the brake pad down slightly, and it should be good to go. Front brake, I know was good. So yeah, you see 4 bikes. That's my road bike, and then dirt jumper down there. Whew. Slide thin spacers in. Yeah, I could also use this and push the brake pads out a little bit, and that might free up a little bit of space. Like, you know, you're working with such small spaces. Whew. All right. I know, dude. It really is. That's why you got to get your ear down there, because the hub is like so overpowering. Suspension pressure. Yeah, I do actually need to look at that, because when I hopped on the bike a minute ago, the back suspension was like super low. What rear hub do I have? It is DT Swiss. It's the DT Swiss that came with these carbon revolves. I don't know the details of it, but I do like DT Swiss hubs. They tend to hold up pretty well. I think highly of them. Shin scars, magnifier, I've got so many. But luckily, I got a lot of shin hair too. So, what do you think? What do you guys think I should do next? Hey, what's up? What up, Bilal? How you doing, homie? DT Swiss 350s, is that what comes on it? I need to sort out my cables. Yeah. You talking about up front? My cables are well managed underneath my bike, but in the front they are definitely a little messy. Like, I could definitely get these sorted together and then these sorted together. But I gotta be honest, it doesn't really bother me. Some people are very anal about that. The one thing I will tell you that that is super important, and you gotta make sure you do. Oh my gosh, and I've got it done right now. So, wait, how is this? I swear I changed this. So you see how my front brake, the cable is routed on the inside of my fork? Oh wait, no, that is where you want it. You want your, that's why. So a lot of people I've seen route their front cable on the outside of their fork because that seems like where the this wants you to put it. But look at my sticker on the outside of my fork, guys. Look at this. So what do you think is going to happen if my brake cable is out there? You know, it's going to get torn up. So pro tip, route your brake cables on the inside of your fork and it'll save it from it'll save you from disaster when you inevitably, like, look at my other side too. Like that's where a brake cable would go, and that would be terrible if you like punctured your brake line when you're out on a ride. So yeah, that's like one of Scott's like biggest pet peeves is seeing people with brake cables routed on the outside. I'm getting the phone back plugged in. Anytime I move it, I gotta unplug it. I saw some people live stream. What up, Aiden? How you doing, homie? It is a gnarly scar. Cut my shin down to the bone. Whoa, 17 stitches. I think I needed stitches the last time I got a shinner, but I didn't do it. And it left like a pretty gnarly scar, but I don't know. Scars are kind of like my tattoos, you know. Each one is unique, and there are many, and they've each got a special story behind them too, you know. Aiden, thanks for being here, man. Glad you're enjoying the live stream. Live stream hype, baby. The bike is a specialized enduro. It's a 2016. Poof, who needs brakes? JB, do you not have a bike right now, man? Yeah, Brady. Hell yeah, man. I'll be riding the trails. All right, for everyone that's in the live chat right now, I want to tell you this. And I'm going to say this because we're an hour and 42 in this live stream, and let's be honest, no one's going to be watching this back and come to this moment. But I wanted to save this. I'm going to make a video about it. This season, during the road trip, I'm going to be organizing or attempting to organize. I'm going to definitely need everyone's help. Group rides where I come through places like Atlanta, like Asheville, and let you guys know ahead of time so that people can come meet up. And then if like this is the hard part. It depends on who shows up and how many, because not everyone would be able to ride. I got to limit that somehow, whether it be like Patreon members get first dibs, and then like I limit it to 10 people on a ride, because you don't want to ride with too many people. You're going to be obnoxious at a trailhead. But the idea is this: I want to be much more interactive with my subscribers, with you guys. Like I want to meet people and ride with people. That's like one of my favorite things about mountain biking. And you know, I've preached it from the beginning about the community, and that I feel is the way to make a community. And it'd be really rad to get shown around, come to different trailheads, meet some rad people, go riding, get shown around, whatever. It'll be great. So stay tuned for that. It should be really fun. Yeah, man. That's why I'm saying, Adrian, because you know I'm here living the dream, and I want to show you guys, you know, that it's possible. But I also want to encourage everyone to get out and ride and do it themselves. Be active, get out and ride. And the only way to do that, like making videos has people at their computers, but group rides gets people on their bikes. And that's really what I want to do. So, what do you guys think I should do next? The next thing I generally would do is a bolt check. We've done tires, we've done tires, we've done drivetrain, we've done hubs, we've cleaned, we've done brakes. So generally the next thing I would do is run through the bike and do a full bike bolt check. You need to make sure that everything's snug, because things come loose when you're like through a season of riding. Oh, from Finland. I've never had anyone from Finland on the stream. What's up, man? Hey, ice cream trucker, how's modding going? Are you still cool with it? Don't think you have to. If you gotta get going, man. I could try to find someone else to mod, but you let me know. So yeah, bolt check it is. I appreciate that. Oh. My battery power is at 15%. Guys. Issues. Battery has not been charging. Hold on. What's happening here? That is no bueno. Oh man. We're about to lose power. I need to find another outlet. Let's see if that worked. Haha. The problem is that now that my phone is so low, it never actually gains charge while live streaming because it's so taxing on the phone that it's at 15% right now. It'll just keep dropping, but a lot slower than if it wasn't. All right. Yo, this is actually not a bad setup. If I had a bike stand, this would be really rad. I would enjoy the setup here, but we're making do with what we got, which if you haven't noticed, I tend to do and I try to do. I don't like buying things that only serve one purpose and for one specific instance. I like things that I can use for everything and that. Aiden, I do have an Instagram, homie. Singletrack sampler. I don't even think there's an underscore in it. I should know that. I'm still hello from Sweden. What's up, Christoph? How you doing, man? There's like so much you can do with this live stream. It's so new that I still don't have everything dialed. There's a lot of things that I can do that I don't do, but we'll get it. Bike repair stands make a great hat rack. The problem is I gotta put the bike stand in Sheila. I gotta put the bike stand in the car, and we're pretty tight fit. You know, if I want to fit Brian in there and go on another road trip, I can't just keep adding stuff, you know, because there's not gonna be any room. My wheels. Hey, that's good question. My wheels are true. I don't need to check that because my wheels are so new. But yes, if you're checking a bike after a season, definitely check your wheels to, you know, check if they're true. Like if a bike comes back in from a rental at the shop, that's 100% on the list to check. Dude, coach, represent. Yeah, man. Coach is repping the Live Free, Ride Hard, Get Stoked shirt with me. Solidarity, brother. Ball bags. Thanks for being here. Stoked you're loving the channel, man. This is really cool. 200 people hanging out with me. You guys, we got 200 people all hanging out, just working on a bike and having a good time. This keeps going much longer. I will need to go get a beer. When did the shirt with graphics come out? Kirk, this has been out for a while, man. It's the one on, it's the only shirt I have right now. It's on Teespring. Well, I made one video where I thought I had the design for it, the one when I was in Key West, but then a subscriber actually, Roland Dan, reached out. He did some graphic design work for me, and this is what we came up with. Live free, ride hard, get stoked, and then sampler on the back. I was really happy with it. I'm excited, but I'm gonna make another one. You can get this shirt on, there should be a link there in the links below, in my description of videos. I generally put a link to this and I just say like awesome Live Free Ride Hard shirt. So yeah, when I finish with this, I'll put a link at the bottom of this live stream video that goes up too. But yeah, if you guys want one, it's in a link for like almost every ride video. Check like the crash compilation video. It's there. You guys can find it. And yes, the trips to California. Yeah, Kirk's. Yeah, see that the one that just had the text, man. That was my attempt. Like, I'm not a graphic design, but we got a dope graphic from a subscriber. He reached out and he's like, "Yo, man, I think this will be a lot better." And I was like, "You're right. That's way better." And this is what we came up with. Sponsored by Super Chats. Beers brought to you by Super Chat. All right. Actually, that is what I should do. Is like for each live stream, have like a beer sponsored by a certain Super Chat. That'd be really fun. That'd be really cool. I'd have to do the live streams a little bit later in the day though, because you know I can't be out here just like I'm outside. I can't just be chilling over here drinking at noon. All right. Bolt check. Let's do it. Necessary evil. So let's see. I need a 5 and a 4. That's gonna get most stuff done, and then I'll probably need a 6. I wish I had one of the Park Tool tries. I wish I owned one of those because those things are so handy for this type of stuff. I'm start up here. My stem. I don't have a tension. I don't have any tension. Not tension. I don't have any. Why am I blanking? What's the word I'm looking for here, guys? Torque. Yes, torque wrenches. I don't have any torque wrenches, but you need like 4 to 5 Newton meters of torque on your stem here. So I'm just gonna make sure they're snug. I saw someone talking about stickers. Again, I'm working on those. I want to come out with a couple of them. The stickers are a little bit tough because I won't be able to. I need to get them, and then I also have to figure out a way to send them out, and that's like that. The logistics of that is kind of tough being on the road. But yeah, I want to do like the original logo, the one that's green with me and the Pisgah Trail sign, and then I want to do one with my white logo that I use on my thumbs. But then I want to do a couple other ones, a couple other sticker ideas that are like fun, biking related, not just my logo, you know. And then put them, you know, sell them in like packs so you guys can get a variety. Put them up on Patreon for my Patreon for my patrons. Stuff like that. Yeah, that'll be cool. I need so many different so many different types. Of wrenches I need here. Just going back and forth. And if you guys are wondering if this is like absolutely necessary, it absolutely is. Especially, one of the most important bolts that you need to be checking is your shock, because your shock and your linkage down here, these come loose throughout the season. They really do. My brake levers, there's like a pro tip for the brake levers. You don't want them like cinched really as tight as they can to your bars, because ideally in an impact you would want it to be able to rotate down and not just shatter. So you see I have to pull it decently hard, but I can rotate my brakes. And that could save you. It could save you your brake, your master cylinder. You know, if it just, when it hits something, it just down instead of crashing or instead of cracking. I see I'm reading some of the comments, and the bike geek is totally coming out in a lot of you guys. That's great. All right, so I know that remember when I crashed in Arkansas? I had a shifting issue as well. It was this piece right here, and it looks like it's loose again. So I need to take my brake off and get into that. Pretty tiny. I can't tell if it's a 3 or 2.5. Let's try 3 first. I'm just going to take all these out, and then I'll put them all back in. So the thumb lever broke off in that, and it's like it's been separated ever since, so I have to make sure this is tight around it. And it looks like it's not really, like, maybe it's this one down here. It's a little bit smaller again. No, that's tight. Everything's tight. I think it's just, oh wait, no, this one's a little loose. But hopefully it's not stripped. I gotta be careful because I know I busted this up pretty good, you know, when in that Arkansas crash. Oh, it was just loose. Cool. So you can see like the area around the thumb, the upshift, it broke out. There was a way, it was connected by a small piece of plastic, but I broke it. I was able to shove it back in with help at Absolute Bikes, and it's been working ever since, and I hope it keeps working once I like really start cranking on it and riding. Whoever was asking me about cables earlier, I bet that makes you feel good, me putting this, not having it around that. I think I might have done that to keep this from falling down, but I'm going to sort this out with some zip ties in a second, I think. Alright, let's just get this back in. So many. I got a lot of wrenches just sitting here now. Not organized. Alright, let's get this back where it was space-wise. Alright. Try to get it even out there. Looks pretty good. Ah! A little bit tighter. All right, I think we're good. All right, let's take care of these cables real quick. I know in my, let's see, somewhere down in here, I definitely have zip ties. So we should take care of this. BRB, it's cool, man. who I'm looking at the screen. I'm looking at my chat over here. So Ice Cream Truckers, no, Brian BKXC had to get going. Ice Cream Trucker is my moderator at the moment. So I'm scanning here right now to see who else do I think I could trust with being a moderator. Wesley, I see your comment asking me about these pedals, man. I really like them. Um, I used to have the lower end specialized ones, the Bennies, and they were great, very durable, and like a pretty good profile. But these boom slangs are like, they're really good. They're really especially good because they have extra pins, and like tucked away inside the pedal, and the pins are easy to work on. So that really is nice, and they're lighter. I mean, I don't really care about that, but you're only going for less than 10. Okay, dude. These boom slings are pretty pricey, dude. I got again. It's hard for me it's hard for me to give you guys honest advice about that because like I said, I worked in a bike shop, so I always get deals. I only paid $60 for them, and they're $180 pedals. But that's why I had the Bennies first. The Bennies are $50 retail, and I think they're great. I would never buy these for retail. I think that's absurd. $180 for pedals. All right, so I need to get down in here. I want to get some zip ties. And I'm pretty sure in my biking bin I have some. I have like a box down in here that has all the important stuff. On this half, I have shoes and bigger things like tires and stuff. But on this half, I have a box that has like chains, spare master links, tubes, my sealant, spare gloves, stuff like that. So right here on top, I'm pretty organized when it comes to this type of stuff. So I want to find some small black. There we go. I got some small black ones. I don't actually need two. I'm just going to do one. A lot of people would use electric tape to really dial this in. And they'll like pinch these two together with electric tape. I don't have any electric tape. I've got a zip tie. What I'm going to do is just put the zip tie in the middle just to keep them all together at that area, like in the middle of my, around my stem area. I'm gonna have to get some new boxes this year. New storage things. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this and kind of clamp these all together right here. Yeah. So it keeps them. It just keeps them up and not dropping. Like I had a big loop on my rear. I had a big loop on my dropper. I didn't really like that, so I'll clip that later. All right. Is that a little bit more tidy for you? So let's see what we got to do next. You got a big loop. It's okay. It's fixable. It's either Ian. It's either a 2015 or a 2016. I'm pretty sure it was I think it was 2016. I got it in 2015, like as the new ones came out. Orange zip ties. Yeah, you're right. I have to go. Maybe next time I see Seth, he'll give me an orange zip tie to use. So cables are fine down through here. Something that if you went through a season and you're getting in a new season, and you haven't changed your cables in your housing recently, you're probably gonna want to do that too. Just because, well, I don't know. Like if I was being very meticulous, I would. But and if you can do it yourself, because the cable and housing are like $2. It's like $2 for the housing, like each piece, and then like $2 for the cable. So like it's a really low cost, really good fix that keeps everything really smooth. Speaking of which, let's check my dropper. Actuation is a little bit, I'm gonna loosen it, make it a little bit tighter. I'm gonna give it a little bit more space on the cable. So now it feels good. That is definitely good. I just recently had serviced this, so I knew it was gonna be good. I serviced this at the end of last year, or riding season. And I found out that it's actually, this command post is actually quite easy to service on your own. That's something I'll be doing in the future because you can look up information for it online. Dropper travel, 125, buddy. I want 150 though. All right, I'm feeling pretty good about this bike right now, guys. She's looking great. You guys think I missed anything? Brakes, bolts. I guess I could look at shock pressure. Something I do want to do. I want to put in some volume spacers into my fork and shock this season. I've never done it. I really want to. I need to. I haven't dialed my suspension as well as I could. And I think that I'll be amazed when I do and the suspension turns out to be amazing. So, I had my shock all the way open. That's why it was like that. Yeah, did you guys think there's anything else that I need to do? Did I miss anything? Grease my shock linkage. Oh wait, I didn't finish doing my bolt check. Because I didn't get my linkage. I totally got sidetracked. Alright, so that one right there was a little loose. That's good. And so there's one on this side, on the other side, on the top of my shock. I need to check. You gotta make sure you do as well. Maybe a little bit smaller. And I've already checked the bolts like on the brakes. I need to check my rotor. And I'm going to check my pedals. What freaking size do I need here? Aha! So, I mean, for anyone that doesn't know, one of your pedals is always reverse threaded. So always, like, it doesn't matter what side, turning towards your back wheel, that's how you know which way is to get it loose. Just little thing. Both of those feel pretty good, pretty snug. Let's see, did I check everything? Top cap, got my stem. Got my brakes, got my shifter, brake up here is good, brake back here is good, drivetrain good, linkage good, shock is on well, seat post is working right, tires are seated. I might need to change my sealant on the front soon, but like I said, I'd put that one on a lot more recent. Did I check my cranks? My cranks and bottom bracket, yeah. Spokes, that's a good one. Let me do that. Tight, nice spokes sounds so good. And these are almost brand new wheels, so I don't expect anything to be a problem here. Oh yeah, nice. But that is a good one because sometimes you'll get a broken spoke and not realize it until you're out on the trail, and that wouldn't be good. So, you know, this is pre-season maintenance check. You want to do your due diligence before you're out on a ride. What else did you guys say? Put a dork disc on? No thanks. Sounds like Key West music. You're right, it does. Hey, thanks. You're back. I wasn't looking. I don't think we have troll any. I don't see much spam going on. Everyone seems to be involved in the conversation pretty well. Any tips on indexing the gears and the limit screws? I think that's a really good question, Damo. And I talked about it a little bit ago. There's steps to it that you want to do, starting with your derailleur hanger alignment, and then after that you want to set your limits, and then after that you want to set your tension on your cable in that order. And if you do it in that order, generally it shouldn't be a pain. It shouldn't be any trouble at all. But if you want a detailed account of how to do it, I would go check out Seth's channel because I'm pretty sure he's got a pretty good video about. And he definitely has the derailleur hanger alignment, and I'm pretty sure he's got one about how to fix your shifting. Let's see. I can't, the reason I'm not going to really pay attention to my suspension today is because I can't yet I can't grab the front and really compress my fork. My shoulder's not strong enough to do that yet. And I don't want to especially overdo today after I was just at rehab. So I think bike is looking pretty darn good. Orange is looking good. I think it's time for a victory lap. I wanna do another one of these. It felt good to be on my bike. Helicopter tape. Yo, what's up? What's up, Friedrich? You just get here, homie? It's an Enduro Yves. Rotors. Oh, that's right. I wanted to check my rotors. So just to make sure, because I went all season riding on these same rotors, and so I want to check them, make sure they're not worn down. You don't want to let your rotors get worn down. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of I'm just gonna pinch them and feel. Let's see if I can explain this to you guys real quick. It's super simple. A rotor is worn down when, let's see. Okay, so if this piece right here, this arm, is thicker than this piece that your brake rubs and goes over, then your rotor is worn down. And there's a specific amount that it could be, a minimum amount, and you can look on your rotor and it'll tell you. But the quick way to test it is just to take your fingers and just do one of these. Just move from the inside to the outside and see if there's a big ridge right there. And there's nothing for me. So it's smooth. It moves straight from the inside to the outside, and there's not a big bump. So I'm gonna do it over here too. Okay, so on this one I feel, on that one's a little bit more worn. I felt a little bit more of a difference between the inside part that doesn't get rubbed by the brake and the outside part, but not enough. So if you want to get real specific, you need a tool to measure the thickness of your rotor. It's nothing fancy or anything, but it'll tell you the minimum thickness it can be. So yeah. Speaking of which, I should probably check my front brake pads. I know the back ones are good. So let me just see how these are looking. they're actually a little worn. They're not as new as my back. They're not as new as my back, but they don't need to be changed. So yeah, I'd say the bike is shreddy. Do your life. Yeah, it's just like I said, it's not a precise thing, Leo. But it is a good way to get a ballpark idea of if you have worn out your rotors. Rotors are kind of expensive, and that's like what a bigger investment than pads, you know. So, what's your best guess on when your first ride will be, Coach? My best guess. So I asked my physical therapist again today. I ask him this like every day that I go in there. My best guess for like first ride is early May, hopefully before the middle of May. And like I said, I might do some rides down here in Florida. Go to Alafaya, and that's where I first mountain biked ever. So it'd be cool to return to that. I actually I want to make a video and show you guys the first mountain bike trail I ever rode. I think that would be a really cool video. And I also want to see what it's like because I remember very vividly how I felt on that trail the first time. It was like terror. So I want to go see how I feel now and what it all looks like to me with my new perception of mountain biking, you know? Yes, less than a month to go, Leo. Colin, as soon as I can ride a bike, I'm on the road. The minute I can ride a bike, I am in Sheila. She is packed up, and I am on the road. Confidence, yeah, Geoff, I agree. I'm gonna have to like really keep myself in check when I hop back on the bike so that I don't overdo it too quick. Someone just got here. What's up, Vita? Thanks, biker. I'm freaking stoked too, man. Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm gonna be able to put out more videos more frequently, and it'll be awesome. There'll be riding videos, and I'm gonna still mix in other stuff too. Like I've been enjoying some of the videos I've been doing while off the bike, and I want to do that as well. Yeah, Kirk, I've been doing it stationary, man, but it's nothing beats getting outside. Yes, I work. Honor, I work too, man. I teach. All right, let's do this. Let's hop on the bike real quick. I'm gonna let a little air out of this front tire because there was a ton in it from earlier. Move you guys over here. Let's see. Yeah, best part about ever working on a bike is definitely the test ride. It's good due diligence. Like if you work on a bike and you don't test ride it afterwards, that's kind of not good. It's not proper. You gotta give it a go. You know, make sure everything's in as good of working order as you thought. Might have the saddle a little high, huh? Yeah, look at that rear suspension. That will need some air. Feels pretty good. get in trouble. I'm gonna get in trouble if I stay on it. These are the things I gotta be careful about when I get back on the bike. I get too hyped. Where did he go? That's the beauty of bikes. I can't not smile right now. Woo! Yeah, my doc is not gonna, he wouldn't like that, but I can't, I'm not doing anything crazy. What I can feel most is when I go to lift up. When I go to lift, like pull on the bars, I can feel it the most then. All right, bike is shreddy. That was the idea today. I think we did a damn good job. I appreciate everyone coming out, hanging out on the live stream. You just came back. TD, still live. About to wrap it up, man. Bike is looking great. So I appreciate everyone coming out. That was another fun live stream in the books. I'm gonna do another one next week, so be on the lookout for it, where I need to start going through all my camping equipment and make sure everything's good. So I was thinking of doing like a mock camp setup where I show you guys how quick I can set up camp and why it's not that big of a deal to me. Get the tent out, get the sleeping bag out, the sleeping pad, like make sure I got everything in working order. I want to make sure I'm ready to go when I can go. And I think it would be pretty fun. I'll just do it right here. So keep a lookout for that. Thanks for showing up. Everyone that did super chat, thank you for that. I'm gonna grab an IPA tonight, and I'll see you guys next time. Live free, ride hard, get stoked. Be back on the bike soon. If you can go ride today. Later, guys.